hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. How is everyone tonight? Well, I hope you guys are doing amazingly fine because I am. So, how's everything going? I always like to check on you guys and make sure you are staying safe in those COVID streets. So, are you staying safe? Are you still washing your hands and doing all the things you need to do to stay safe during COVID? I hope so. So, tonight I just want to jump on for just a moment because let me see if I can set this up a little. So I want you to see my books in the background. My books in the background. Yeah, it works better. So tonight I just wanted to jump on because I really, really wanted to talk to you guys about what are we going to do next? Like as black people, as African Americans, what's our next move? And I know we're excited because Biden won. At least I'm excited. I don't know, what to do for you, but I'm excited because I'm glad to have that racist out of office, that person who couldn't speak in complete sentences, the person who said stand back and stand by. I do not consider that a friend of mine, especially as the president. So I'm glad that we've gotten rid of him. Hopefully, you guys are washing your hands. You are staying safe. They're saying that the numbers are going up and to take extra precaution. Dr. Fauci, I don't know if it was Dr. Fauci because I forgot who I was watching. So I don't want to say something about him that's not true. So, but they did say that we need to start wearing the surgical mask with the 3 layers instead of just the cloth mask. So if you haven't heard that, go to the CDC website and check it out and see what they're saying. Myself, I make my own mask, but I did make them so you could put an insert in them. And so tomorrow when I go to work, I will be, even though I don't even work around anyone, but we do kind of pass each other. So I will be wearing my mask with an insert tomorrow because I don't have surgical masks, but I do have 2 layer cloth mask, and they have insert. They have like little pockets in them, so I'll be wearing them. So, but I did want to jump on here tonight. Believe it or not, I just got done doing my work, so I'll be ready for work tomorrow. But I still wanted to jump on and have a conversation with us about what's our next move as Black people, and how serious and how committed are we to making this next move. It involves correcting some behaviors. It involves adjusting some mindsets. It involves basically elevating and from the place that we are in. And so that's on a personal level. It's like internal work. Has nothing to do, well, has everything to do with white people, but nobody can stop you from doing this work that I'm talking about, where we change our behaviors, where we change how we manage our lives, where we change how we deal with our family and view our family and those who we love, which should be those that we trust. So I'm just going to touch on some things tonight because I need to go to bed. But thanks for joining me. Chat is open, by the way. I'm going to type hello. It always take me 50 moons to type hello. I'm going to type hello. I'm trying to wrap this up in 30 minutes or less because I do um, want to be ready to go. So Periscope is open. YouTube is open, and YouTube is good. And come on, Facebook. It always takes a while. Come on, Facebook. Okay, no Facebook. I know I'm connected to Facebook. I have like 3 different Facebook pages. I'm gonna try again. So I'm gonna type hello. I'm just typing hello because no sense in typing story. Periscope, YouTube. If you're on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and like, make a comment as well. YouTube, Periscope are doing really good. Facebook is doing really good on the Conscious Coach page, getting new followers every day, pretty much. So I'm super excited about that. Continue to share, repost, tag and tell a friend that I am on live and to tap into the Conscious Coach. Alrighty then. Okay, so moving right along. Tonight I want to talk to us about Black after Trump. What does that look like for us? What are our goals? You know what I mean? Like my camera looks crooked and it's annoying me. It's like, okay, get to me. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so it's like the question is Black after Trump. What's our next move? What are we going to do? I'm Kathleen, by the way, your conscious coach. Hopefully, you will hear something, you'll learn something that will encourage you to step your game up and develop your conscious mind and be aware of how we exist in society. So, I am chosen. I'm an author, educator, speaker, writer, you name it. That's pretty much me. So this may not be an hour long, but let's get into it. So, who do we listen to? I'm just jumping right into it. And the reason why I'm jumping right into it is because as we begin to change from dysfunctional to functional and successful individuals, as we begin to shift from being single-minded or having that island mindset where we feel like it's me, it's self, and I'm not worried about anybody else, or that whole disconnected mindset where we feel like we got to make it on our own, we got to do it on our own, and some of us have disregarded family in that way, and it's almost like we've got comfortable doing that, and that's not something I want us to do. Private chat, that must be a new feature. Okay. Chat with the host and other guests. Oh, that's cool. So if I got somebody on here, we can kind of be talking back and forth. Well, go ahead on restream. All right. So anyway, back to what I was saying. They get new features like every day. Um, let's see. So yeah, like I was saying, we've gotten comfortable being in positions where we're not loving one another and we're not caring for one another, and we're magnifying these messages. Right? You hear a lot of these messages where where you going, everybody can't go, and all this stuff, and family. Sometimes your family members, you can't depend on them. I'd rather die for a friend than over a family member because family members ain't XYZ. So we hear a lot of those messages. We hear them rehearsed. We practice them. But I want us to turn around and practice some good, strong black love. And it's got to start in the family, right? If it doesn't start in the family, if you don't see it modeled in the family, then where will you see it? Where will you pick up on the habit of loving your family and those who share the same skin that you share, the same experiences that you've shared, the same rejection, the same, like I said, the same experiences that you've experienced in life, especially in America. So what's being black after Trump? What does that look like? Who do you listen to? Was the question I just asked. Now I'm about to take you through some videos right quick. They're all about 2 minutes long, and you know I have a big mouth and I can talk all night. But I'm gonna keep it sweet, and I'm gonna keep it sexy, and I'm gonna keep it short. Uh, but the question is, who do you listen to? What you listen to, who you listen to, is going to affect how you think, how you make decisions, and how you live your life. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I'm an adult. I can listen to what I want to listen to, do what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. You can. However, everything you listen to, what you take into your eye gate, what you take into your ear gate, what you take into your subconscious um becomes your conscious thoughts, or it becomes your subconscious thoughts, which is what really guides your life. So as you're hearing messages, you want to make sure you're connecting to people and messages that resonate with who you are and who you want to become. Because after we've been through this suffering, this slavery, the Trump administration, just living in America as black people, there are certain things, certain mindsets that we need to overcome. And we've been inundated with messages of self hate since slavery. Slavery was the main mechanism that taught us self hate, taught us not to appreciate our brown skin, taught us that we were less, taught us that we had to go about achieving success in ways that always left us in poverty, right? So you hear people say, well, I was in the hood and I had to sell drugs to make it, blah, blah, blah. And we wrapped our heads around these narratives. We wrapped our heads around the narratives of, hey, young girl, older man, that's the way you get some money. That's how you secure the bag. All this crazy stuff we believe in. Now we've come to a place where female rappers are dominating, and the message in the music is, hey, they say be self-sufficient, but at the same time, their message is wrapped around secure the bag, right? If you laying up with a dude, don't put no weight on it. It ain't about being in love. It's about getting that money. Make him buy you a bag. Make him do whatever, whatever, whatever. So we have in our society right now all of these dysfunctional messages, all of these messages about disconnecting, all of these messages about being an island, all of these messages about isolating yourself from everybody else, all of these messages about violence, inappropriate sexual behavior, having babies by children you're not married to, and it seems like we're all okay with this. Like, this is the message, this is how it's going, this is life, and this is, look, it is what it is. However, I want to challenge you, especially post Trump, especially during this great awakening where we're kind of coming to ourselves, where we're finding ourselves in a place where we have an opportunity to evolve, not just because, white people aren't going to discriminate against us like they used to, but because we want to elevate, because we want to go to the next level. And so I challenge you to start focusing on who you should listen to. So I'm going to play a few videos that, quite frankly, some of you guys are going to hate to even see, because I know myself. I was like, my eyes. I don't even want this in my eyes. But anyway, I'm gonna play these videos for you. Now, where are my videos? This just makes me upset to no end. Here it is. Here they are. I don't even know which one I want to play first because they all are so. These messages that we hear in music and in videos, and oh my God, some of the stuff we listen to, some of the stuff that we hear, it's so crazy, right? Like it's like, you know, it's like it's like what? Like what? Like, why are you even saying stuff like that? Anyway, that's just me. It's crazy to me, the things that we listen to. Hold on, it's taking a minute to upload this first one. Got a couple more. It's 6 videos, but none of them are longer than 2 minutes. So don't get, and I might stop them early just because I don't want to be feeding you the craziness. Um, let's see, what's taking so long? I wish I didn't have all of these because I don't need them. Okay, so here's the first video. You know what? That's not the first one I want to play. I want to play this one first. Yeah, this one's the one I want to play first, and then we'll go back to that one. So in this first video, let me set it up. Remember those messages I was telling you about, where we are disregarding our family, and we've kind of picked up this attitude, we've kind of picked up this message, and we've kind of adapted to it, right? We've made it so real that we've kind of left our loved ones. We don't have a spirit or a mind to reconcile. We don't have a spirit or a mind to reconnect. We don't have a spirit or a mind to correct that thought pattern. We don't have a spirit or a mind to, you know, address what it really is. But instead, it's almost like we hide behind, is what I'm going to say. We hide behind fear. We hide behind these inappropriate, damaging messages. We hide behind that instead of saying, look, this is not the way it should be, and I want to change that. So here's your first video, and I'll come back after this.
Blood don't make you family. Your mom and your dad ever came to you and told you about a relative that passed and you didn't shed a tear for him? Not because you was being fucked up, but you just didn't know him like that to care. That's because y'all just related. But love make you family. Bonds make you family. I got people I don't share no DNA with that I kill for right now. And I got relatives I think twice about showing up to their funeral. And they love to say, oh, well, you can't pick your family. Use a motherfucking lie. I probably can't pick who I'm related to, but I could damn sure pick who I fuck with. And like the G homie told me when I was 12 years old, it's niggas off the street that'll treat treat you like family, and it's family that'll treat you like niggas off the street. And we all got that relative that love to spread the bad news, love to hear the bad news, love to talk bad about you, love to make up stories and then smile fake in your motherfucking face and hide under the family umbrella. Tell them who you really is. You my cousin I don't fuck with. You my auntie I don't fuck with. You my uncle I don't fuck with. You probably my parent I don't fuck with. But we ain't family, nigga.
Right? That type of fiery language, that type of energy, right? That type of message that it's okay to fall out with your family. Like we've made that acceptable. Like it's okay to not care about your family. You understand? That's your family. That's the only family you're going to get. And yes, we can build family outside of immediate family. Our family can expand as we get to know other people and bring them into our personal space. But I'm just talking specifically about how we so easily are willing to walk away from our family and basically have nothing to do with them and be okay with it and live your whole life like that and then teach others, right? We don't teach reconciliation, we don't teach burying the hatchet, we don't teach, growing past an experience, but instead we teach, hey, you got family like that. I got some family members like that. Don't have nothing to do with them. Leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Throw them to the back. Don't look back. Like, how do we even get there? You know what I'm saying? This camera gets on my nerves. It's like, how do we even get there? Especially as Black people, right? We don't have a lot to lose. We don't have the luxury of family to lose because we need so much from each other. And so I want us to start thinking about what can we do post slavery, post Trump administration, post this whole war against drugs, which was really war against Black people, post mass incarceration, which we're still working on, post all of this. What can we start doing to mend and heal the family and bring us back into a healthy place and a healthy space? That's what I want us to think about because a lot of the messages in our community are really messages that focus on doing nothing but tearing us down and ripping us apart. And the more we believe in those messages, the more we lose. Okay? Here's the next video. Told you I'm going to be short. I'm trying to wrap it up. So here's the.
So how you gonna know a nigga? How you gonna know what you want? A lot of y'all don't even understand what it takes to be in a monogamous relationship. Like y'all don't even understand. Y'all be wanting to lock a nigga in so bad. You don't really understand what it actually takes to be in a relationship where you're asking another person to solely focus on you for their intimacy, to solely focus on you for their companionship, to solely focus on you for partnership in finances and in life and in bill paying and in goal setting. Like you ain't even whole enough to be a nigga everything. And when I be saying that, y'all bitches get on my videos and y'all get offended. Like I'm always taking up for the niggas. But women be the main ones pushing for monogamy. And then when a bitch get in a relationship, you don't understand by asking this man to not fuck nobody else. By asking this man to not call nobody else. By asking this man to not look at another woman for none of his wants and needs as far as male to female. You are then saying, I'ma be whatever you need me to be, nigga. Cause I don't want, but y'all don't understand that. Y'all just think that's how it's supposed to be because that's what the media and the movies and your mammy and them taught you. Like, that's what y'all think. Y'all, like, truth be told, if up front, a bitch told you, these are all the things you're going to have to do, girl, in order to lock this nigga in like you want to, half of y'all wouldn't.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play all of that, but I saw this video and I was like, what? It's almost like people would teach anything. And we find ourselves adapting to it. And it's easy to do because people teach from their experience, right? and people teach from what they feel, and people teach from what they're willing to go through, or how they understand it. And so people will literally teach you anything, even if it's wrong, even if it I always say, even if it has no benefit. I always teach from a place of what's the benefit. So when I hear a message like the one I played before this video, and then I hear a message like this one that I hear in this video, where she's encouraging people, and it's kind of twisted, because she's encouraging people to know what you're getting into, what the expectations of the relationship is, and all of that. But at the same time, she's trying to wrap it in a package to say, because of these expectations, as women, we asking for too much. We don't really know what we're getting into. We really wouldn't sign up to be in a marriage or with a man in a monogamous relationship if we understood, the depth of the relationship. All I can say to that is, and I'm asking you, what messages are you adapting to? Because this is not really a quality message. And I'm gonna explain to you why. You always want to look at advice from the perspective of what will be the result. Okay, if I practice this lifestyle, if I practice this behavior, if I get into this mindset of not wanting to be a part of a monogamous relationship, where does that leave me? Where does that leave us? What message am I sending? What could I even expect out of a relationship? Of course, a relationship should be monogamous. And of course, a relationship should grow into a marriage, and that marriage should grow into a family. So people say, well, not everybody want to be married. Not everybody wants a family. Not everybody wants this and that and da 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 da. Well, if you don't, you probably won't be in a monogamous relationship anyway, right? And what would the result of that be? It's funny we don't want a monogamous relationship, but yet we don't want our children to not have a father. It's funny we don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, but yet we want somebody in our lives in a loving way, and in a sexual way, and in an emotional way, and even in a financial way. So we're really, it's almost like you're saying one thing, but then you're wanting something else. And I know that's a struggle for us, because we're in this world where we don't want to put all the work in, right? And end up with a negative result. But what we haven't learned, and what I can agree with her on, is understand who you're connecting with. I keep saying it. Why do people keep having babies by people they don't even like? Anytime you get somebody pregnant, and while the woman is pregnant, you leave the relationship. A year in, you leave the relationship. Yeah, you don't know each other. So to that aspect, I can agree with her. Take your time, get to know the other person, so you'll be in a healthy relationship that you can build upon. But there's no sense in trying to play it back like you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship. There's a benefit to being in a monogamous relationship. Benefits like you won't get catch an STD. Benefits like you won't have to split your money in your house between your house and the baby that the other person has fathered. The benefit of just having peace of mind, of knowing that someone loves you, trusts you, and you all are sharing a life together. People trying to act like that's something that you can't expect, like it's something that nobody can have, when in actuality it is, right? It really is. And so instead of us trying to, walk the other way, we need to walk towards what we really desire and need and should have in our lives. Now, this next video is important because as we try to transform, as we try to move on to the next level, we have to think about all the influences that are out here. The rappers, the influencers like the two I just shown you. Those are people who just get on the internet, speak their mind, and people gravitate to them because they can relate to them. But the ability to relate to messages like that is a problem. It is destructive. It is damaging. So as we continue to see these images, then, and as our children continue to experience these images on social media, it's deteriorating us. It's breaking down our conscious mind. It's making us a it's building up our subconscious where in the back of our minds we don't think as highly of ourselves as we should. So when you look at people who are advising you, consider who it is. I'm not even going to show this next video because it's too much. It's too much. Y'all can't handle the truth. I don't know if y'all can handle the truth. But this is the type of influence that's out there, especially in the Black community.
I said that shoes up. Do the motherfucking dance up. Suki motherfucking Hunter. It's the motherfucking queen. I said that shoes up. Oh. Dance up. I said that shoes up. Do the.
Look what I got you.
Who got the chair?
Who?
The chair you took. It's time to take your life back. It's time to know your worth. It's time to stop letting these niggas take you for granted. It's time to love yourself. It's time to chase your dreams. The same man who said you wouldn't be nothing was the same man holding you back. He's always knew your potential. He just didn't want the world to see it. We all done been there. We were hurt, lied to, beat. I done been there too. I gave everything I had in me. My love, my heart, my sanity. I even gave children. They wouldn't even listen to my music. Now look at me. A superstar, a businesswoman, a loving mother, and a survivor. It says in the Bible that women are worth more than diamonds and gold. It's written in stone that our melanin is our power. It's time to take your life back. When you look in the mirror, say you got the power. Every time you look in the mirror, every time you wake up, say you are powerful. It's in your blood. You are a queen. It's in our blood. We are.
So as you can see, we have messages coming from people who it's almost like a man who abuses his wife, but he gets up on Sunday morning and he preaches to the congregation. Yeah, what you're saying about Jesus is good, but the fact that you're at home beating your wife is horrible. So it's like you can't trade off the two. We have to mature and we have to understand that we want to have whole life experiences, right? Like I said earlier, we've adapted these messages where we think we got to do all the crazy stuff just to earn a living, have success. And you don't. You don't have to do that. That's taking us the wrong way. So it's like, what messages are we adapting to? What messages are we allowing to become a part of who we are, right? And not only are there messages by people who, all this dysfunctional behavior, nudity, lack of respect for family, getting children involved. I mean, it's really a lot going on out there. It's just a lot. And we need to pay attention, right? We need to pay attention to what's going on out there. You cannot be a part of correcting um, the messages that we've been hearing for years. Like, you have to become a part of the fixing part too. You just can't sit back on chill. You have to become a part of spreading the messages, the images, and the people who will influence our community in a different way. That's what you have to do. As much as we share these videos where people are doing all this nonsense, acting a fool, dancing, twerking, all the crazy stuff, we have to share the content from people who are speaking life into our community, who are focused on bringing us back, to our original space and place where we believed in family, where we treasured family, where we cherished family, where we understood what it meant to have a family. So we have to share their information too. So moving on to result based lessons in life. You can't just keep rehashing and rehearsing the stuff that doesn't even work. So here's one guy that's doing the work, Tony Gaskin.
Hey, Tony Gaskins here. I was watching something earlier. I was reading something, and it got me to thinking about what black men really have to understand. I mean, right now it's a voting time, and everybody needs to vote. But we also have to go further than that. And you have to realize you can't allow your enemy to make you an enemy of yourself. Meaning, if you feel like the system is against you, if you feel like there's a glass ceiling, if you feel like you've been set up to fail, then that's when you have to look within and you have to ask yourself, am I helping them win? Am I helping the system or the people who have created these generational curses in my family that's being passed down? Am I perpetuating the cycle? Or am I upending this spiritual warfare, this battle against me, even be it physical? What am I doing to combat this? So it's like, yes, most definitely go vote. Definitely go vote. You feel like that's gonna make a difference, you feel like that matters, go vote. But also vote inside your home. So you voted, but you still cheating on your wife. You still cheating on your girlfriend. You woke, but you still sleeping around. You marching, but you still put hands on women. So it's like you in the streets functioning, you in the world functioning, you making money, but your children still seeing dysfunction in the home. So what is it all for? What we have to realize as men is it's on us to change.
Look, I have never, Tony Gaskin, follow him on Instagram, Facebook. I don't care where he's at, Twitter. I've been following him for a few years now. I think I've been following him for about 5 years, maybe even 7. I know a good 5. Follow Tony Gaskin. When you're talking about changing the narrative, shifting the mindset, moving in this new black space, that is a person that you definitely should follow. Okay. Along with myself, you definitely should follow a person like me. And why should I be your coach? You know why? Because I'm real. A lot of people will lie to you. A lot of people will have you following them, and offering you advice and doing all of that stuff. And I'm not a clinical psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not any of that. I'm just keeping it real about life and about facts and about the condition of black people. And also, I'm here to help you elevate your conscious mind to be aware. Guys, we cannot keep consuming messages like these that we heard prior to Tony Gaskin and thinking we're going to be okay, because we're not. We get defeated in the mind. The victory for the enemy is always calculated in mental health, in mental thought, in thought processing. A long time ago, a person wrote, where it's being quoted as saying, once you get them mentally to not believe in themselves, you don't even have any more work you have to do, because they will bring themselves down. They will keep themselves oppressed. They will keep themselves at minimum. So you don't even have to worry about it. They'll do it to themselves. And that's the part that I want us to get. Hold on a second. Yeah, babe. What? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. So you don't even have to worry about it. They'll do it to themselves. We doing it to ourselves. And we don't realize it. Like he was just saying, you gotta watch that whole video. Go on Instagram. He like, you out here marching saying Black Lives Matter, but you going home beating your girlfriend up. You out here marching saying Black Lives Matter or whatever you marching for. You voted Trump out of office, but you still ain't married to your baby mama and you got another baby mama. Things like this we have to correct. We have to fix. Why should I be your coach? Because I'm free. I'm not charging you anything. I'm giving you free advice, right? Those are my books on the wall. 4 books I've written specifically for Black people. You have to pay for the books. But I'm willing to coach you, help you understand what's in those books, the content, and everything. And why I should be your coach is I'm knowledgeable. I know stuff. I'm inquisitive. I seek to learn. I do research. I study. And I love doing it. It's just a part of my nature. I'd rather read a book and study and read an article. I'd rather do that than watch a movie or anything else. I'm not big on entertainment. I like to be entertained when I want to be entertained, but for the most part, I'm all about education. Here's another video clip I want you to watch. Promote violent music. These are some things that we have to learn. These are some behaviors, some things that we do that we simply have to unlearn. There's no escaping that. Okay? Why should I be your coach? Because it's my purpose, right? No one likes the purpose of correction. No one likes the purpose of changing things into the way that's more beneficial to people because people like to have fun. People like to do what they like to do. People don't like people telling them what to do or advising them or suggesting even. But guess what? So it goes, so it is. Some people still have that purpose. And I'm one of those people who have that purpose. And it's my passion. I'm very compassionate. I'm very empathetic. I'm very sympathetic. I'm very engaged. I have a lot of energy when it comes to things like this. I could talk all day when I have something to say about understanding mass incarceration, the juvenile system, how our children and how our Black girls right now are being disproportionately suspended from school and railroaded or pipelined into this juvenile system. I get very passionate, very involved when I talk about how children show up to school and are embarrassed because they don't have a father in their life, especially when compared to their white classmates, Indian classmates, any other race classmates. Blacks are more likely to show up at school as children without a father in the home, without a father as a role model, without a father to protect them. I'm very passionate about that. When I wrote that book, Hurt People, Help People, this one right here, when I talk about child sexual abuse and how we suffer more and how we are violated even by our own family members. I'm very passionate about So You Think You Want to Have Sex. This bigger book, get my finger right here. So You Think You Want to Have Sex, because records show that our children show up and present at school more sexually active than any other race. They're being cheated out of life because of early sexual experiences. So I became very passionate about these things when I wrote this book right here. things I wish I knew, because I see us continually get into relationships that are not worth our time. They're toxic. It wastes time, it wastes money, you're burning your emotions, you're suffering, you're putting your heart on the line, and you're not getting anything for it. So it's my purpose. When I wrote this book, the Legacy Workbook, I think I can use my other hand. The Legacy Workbook for Black people, so that we could corral our family and bring ourselves back into a place where family has values as we reestablish our Blackness. I, I'm very passionate about that. Like nobody can take me from that. It's my purpose. But we are so addicted to looking for nothing and agreeing with pain that it's hard for us to break the curse, because we love and we're used to telling pain stories. I grew up in the hood and my daddy wasn't around. And oh, I graduated from college because of my daughter. If it wasn't for my daughter, I wouldn't be here today. All of this is agreeing with pain. We have moved in a space where we are looking for nothing. Our expectations are too low. So, how can we break the curse when we keep manifesting the curse? So, I just want us to think about these things. Oh, by the way, what you just saw is from a website called African Unification. And I'll let you go with this last clip.
Respect the black woman.
Vote for the black woman.
Bask in the glory of black women.
Tell the lifelong story of the black woman. Teach your daughters to be that black woman.
Help in the struggle to free the black woman.
Get on one knee and propose to the black woman.
Confide in the warmth of the love of black women. Abide in unselfish pride of the black woman.
Invest in the black woman.
Hire the black woman.
Be inspired by the black woman.
Use your mind to set fire to the black woman.
Learn to know the black woman. Don't be afraid to show the black woman that you're willing to grow with the black woman.
Always be there for the black woman.
Bow your head and pray with the black woman.
Don't lie to the black woman.
Never mind what they say about the black woman. No other will brighten your day like the black woman.
Respect the black woman.
Now look, y'all know I was all into that. That's from the Black Man Can on Instagram, another page that I follow. So African Unification, the Black Man Can, Tony Gaskin, as we're shifting our mindset. Lisa Nichols, there's so many others that I follow. TD Jakes, there's so many others that I follow for my daily bread. Les Brown, to elevate me, to empower me, to keep my mindset in shift mode, in elevation mode, to elevate my conscious mind. Oprah Winfrey, Gail King, like I'm naming some people you all are familiar with. Roland Martin, Michael M. Helptu on African History Network. Guys, let's reconnect to our blackness and to our black families. That's what this is all about. Make sure you grab your copy of the Legacy Workbook. It is available on Amazon. You can follow my link tree. Let me pull up my link tree. KH Conscious Coach. That's me everywhere. KH Conscious Coach. You can pick up a copy of the Legacy Workbook through Linktree or through Amazon. All my other books are available as well. So you think you want to have sex, hurt people, help people, and things I wish I knew. The Legacy Workbook I actually have copies of everything right here. I just put in a new order. Let me move this out of the way. The Legacy Workbook has the Legacy, and that's an actual copy back there on the wall too. The Legacy Workbook is all about family. When you look at the inside of this book, it has 7 chapters. Short book, but powerful. When I say powerful, this book is powerful. Being Black, commitment, loyalty, consistency, stability, love, creating a family covenant, and then you're going to build a family crest. Every chapter has a section called Know Your History, where you as a family, you will have to do work and you will have to do research. I'm hoping to get these books in schools across the nation. They didn't have no problem teaching us that we were slaves. Surely they won't have no problem watching us evolve. So know your history. You and the family have to do work together. Second chapter is commitment. You got your know your history. Trust me, this book is powerful. It's deep. It's going to help you evolve. It's going to help you elevate. Loyalty. That's another chapter. Give you all kinds of examples. I'm literally feeding you. I'm literally feeding you. I got time. Just might as well go ahead on and do what I'm doing. Consistency. Let me see what I'm gonna reach you a little bit. Leading. What is leadership? Leadership is a skill to advance the vision forward on a daily basis. How can we afford not to advance, and how can we advance when our behavior, strategies, and words are not consistent? Now, don't overdo it. Start with one or two changes you can build upon. Start with the family mantra, with the family prayer on a particular day, with the family meal each week that no one can miss, or start with the homework check in every day during school. What about something like a good night hug and a statement of belief? Growth comes from consistency. Fun stuff. Each family member should choose a vine. The vine can be flower producing or not, as long as it is a vine. Vines represent connection. Vines represent replication, and replication is consistency. So this book is deep. I'm telling you, you're going to walk away, you and your family. Look, you're going to be on another level, just another level. Stability. Nice little pictures throughout. Keep it simple but meaningful. Trust. And it's all about debunking all those lies they've told us over the years about slavery, how we was participated in slavery, was happy to be slaves. Oh Lord. I say chapter 7 is love. This chapter makes me cry the most and smile because I see our new beginning. Whew. Y'all, you got to read this book. You got to get this book for your family. At the end, you're going to create a family covenant. I give you all the links to help you do that, and tell you the value of a family covenant and why you should create one. And then at the very end, you're going to build your own family crest, just like the one I built over here. This is my crest, and you'll build your own family crest. I give you all the links to do that. That's the Legacy Workbook. Get a copy of that. Again, because I know the statistics of our children having early sexual experiences, I wanted to give us a book to help us with that. Look, no one can talk to Black people like Black people, okay, and understand you more than your own people. Understand that. Stop looking for white people to solve our problems, to solve our issues, to solve our life, right? So here's another book. I'm going to show you a little bit of the inside of it. Purposely break the cycle. I give you tons of information, help you understand why you might be looking for sex at an early age and how to turn that behavior around. Okay? Stop all the suffering, the emotional suffering that causes us to be looking for relationships so early. Teach you how survival is not success, but how to actually step into success. And I walk you through the phases of walking into success. Look, I'm not doing a good finger model in here. So you can walk into success, instead of, we don't want our children missing opportunities. We want to give them a strategy, a plan, and we want to help them to understand why they shouldn't choose sex so early, why they shouldn't choose sex before education, why they shouldn't choose sex before success. And so if you think you're ready for sex, I give you, like I said, all this information, things for you to think about, all this good backdrop, talk to you about these songs, social media influence, all kinds of stuff is in this book. This book is nice too. Who printed this book? This book feel good. Pages feel good. You take a walk back down memory lane. I want the parents to understand why sometimes your child is making these choices. I give examples of love and guidance. All kinds of stuff is in this book. Woo! Okay, here's one little part. I don't know what chapter this is. Okay. It says, do yourself a favor and count the happily married couples you know personally. Do yourself another favor and write down the number of people you thought you were in love with. Now, this is not to make you afraid to love, but it is an exercise to wake up your conscious mind. Just know you can love a person without having sex. In fact, having sex does not mean you love a person or that that person loves you. If sex means you love the person at the time, how come that love leaves when the female says, I'm pregnant? What I now know about love is love grows stronger. What kind of love abandons a person? Moving forward with the exercise, make the three columns on the same sheet of paper. In one column, the number one, write a list of every single parent you know. Then in column number two, list every child you know who lives with one parent. Finally, for column number three, list all of the seeds you know who have two parents living in the same home, preferably married. And then I give you some little work to do. Just developing your conscious mind. I'm not throwing answers at you. So I want you to ponder. Listen, you are going to feel a lot of things for a lot of different reasons. Less than 5% of what you feel from another person you are sexually attracted to as a teen will be love. This ain't got nothing to do with love. You're feeling all kinds of stuff. Can it be deeply emotional? Yes. Can it make your heart race? Yes. Can they make you feel loved and special? Yes. Does that mean you two are both ready to be sexually active and ready to assume the full responsibility of a sexual act? No. Listen to us. We are here to help. This book is good. At the end of each chapter, I give you work. I believe in work. You got to work. You got to find out. You got to discover. Oh, this book is so good. There's so much in this book. Let's see. Whew. Child. It's less than 100 pages, though. And the text is really big. So, yeah. It's easy to read. So, yeah. That's so you think you want to have sex. If you have teens, you have children, I suggest you get it before your kids even become teens. So you'll know your baby got them. Running out of time here. The next is things I wish I knew to help you maximize your love and life experiences. Stories in here about what women go through, relationships, all kinds of stuff. And I ask questions. You know me. At the end of each chapter, I ask questions to help guide your conscious mind. Um, made you think. Have you heard the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket? How often do you feel as though we have given a person or our children our all and then feel as if we have nothing left for ourselves? How important is it to always be active in life in your field of employment? Should women stay home and not have any experience or formal education? If a woman decides to be a full time, so this is, after you read the stories about relationships and all this stuff, I ask you questions based on what the story was about, so you can have an open discussion about the decisions that you need to make before you get in a relationship and be surprised. Be surprised that he loves you so much. But then if he's toxic, you might end up in a relationship that's dissolved. And if you don't have any formal education and knowledge, you can find yourself struggling. So we need to have those conversations about how to take care of ourselves as individuals as well as being in a relationship. The last book, Hurt People, Help People. I wish this camera was better so you can see this color is so pretty. So, after being a victim, survivor, and overcomer of sexual abuse as a child, I took a step back and looked back to see what could I offer today's parents, our society, our people, as a gateway to exit out of this chaos that we sometimes experience in life. This is a well printed book too. I like this one too. And I developed this book, and you can download a free app that goes with this book. I give you all kinds of links, websites, and all this kind of stuff. I do have a Facebook page and Instagram. Facebook is very active, Instagram too. TBB Contact 3. I give you stories, real life stories, and I help you to help your children report. That's the main thing I focus on. Told you I got purpose on it. That's the main thing I focus on is reporting. All of these books are available. Shop now. All of them are available. I have every last one of them, printed copies, ready to go. Ready to go. All right, guys. As we're moving into this new space of being Black in America, I want us equipped and I want us ready. So thank you for joining me for this live. Just like you, I got to get up and go to work in the morning. Have a great night and get you some rest. I love you to pieces. Bye-bye. Remember, Black. You can always go to Cash App, KV Product. That's me. You'll see Invention Queen. That's me. So you can always make a donation, buy your books through Cash App. Just if it's $20, I know it's for a book, and you just put, I'll message you back, and you can send me your name, address, and all that stuff, and I'll get your books in the mail. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. You guys have a great night.